Alright guys, so the clouds seem to have gone away, but they're coming back. They're coming back. No problem. No problem. Very glitchy. Okay, no problem. Alright. Let's hopefully this fixes itself. There we go, it fixed itself. Okay. Hello guys, welcome back to episode 7 of our Gale Korea Conquest. Today, what we were planning on doing is landing on Ceti. So I, between episodes, I sent this little lander all the way from Gale, over there, to Ceti, the moon, the second moon. So the direct mirror of Minmus, except, things flipped a little bit. The Minmus size moon is now in the inner, Gale system, so now it's this one. And the bigger moon, which was the old moon, is now out here. So it's a lot bigger and a little more difficult to land on, but I think we can do it. So let's go ahead and engage our landing gear here. Let's see. Deploy landing legs. Alright, so same thing. I went in on the inner side of the system so I can get signal from the satellites. And I also try to get into a little polar orbit so I can get more signal for a longer time. So even though we're moving away from the planet, we can still get signal even around to this point, and we only lose signal for about maybe a third of the orbit. So that's very good. I could have gone into a completely orbital orbit in this direction, like this, so we kept signal, but gotta take more fuel, and I don't know how successful this landing is gonna be. And the terrain here looks a lot more dangerous. Actually, there's a lot more hills. I got lucky last time when I landed in Iota. Same lander, by the way. No changes have been made. Same exact thing. I just added another serial number. So this is landing vehicle number 2. And that's how we're going to keep changing these. For as long as we can, use this little vehicle to land. Once we get a bigger lander, we will change the name. That should be okay. Maybe a little bit closer to... I don't want to risk losing signal, because in orbit we can get signal, but probably when we're on the ground we probably lose a bit more signal earlier on. In orbit we didn't lose signal till we're like up here, but over here I don't know. And plus that little ridge right there looks very interesting, so I want to land there and see how that works. So let's go ahead and move on. So in this episode, I'm also going to talk about a little bit about the events that have been unfolding with the space news in the real world. So in the human space program, right? So I can't. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. Yeah. As long as we keep the planet up there, we'll be fine. So anyway, so the first thing that I want to talk about is SpaceX plan with the the BFR. To basically take people to Mars. That's in the future, in the near future. So that's very exciting because it's a company that's trying to do something that's never been done before. So it's what America's all about, technically. Innovation. I don't know if it can be done, at least not in the time frame that Elon Musk said that we would. So humans on Mars by 2024. I don't know. It's possible, but not the most not the thing I would like start betting on. Like I'll say, like I'll bet $100,000 that this is gonna happen by then. I'm not that confident in that, but it can be done. I believe it can be done. I don't know how much time we would need for that though. Like if it can actually be done by 2024, I am not sure about that. Actually, I'm pretty sure it can't be done at this point. But maybe by in the late 2020s, maybe early 2030s. I mean, maybe faster than NASA is planning right now, especially since another event that came out today, that I will be talking about. So maybe it's possible. It's possible. Never doubt anybody from doing something. Everything in this world is possible. And if you have a lot of money, it can be done. So, we'll just wait. I mean, just a couple years. 7 years, really. Till 2024. So, we should wait. Stick around. Don't die yet. Because if you do, you might miss out humans on Mars. So, yeah, that's the first thing that I want to talk about. And we're about to land here. And touchdown. Alright. Perfect landing. Perfect landing. Very nice. And we still got the planet up there. Very cool. Very cool. Actually notice that the engine is very close to touching the ground, but that's fine. I think the landing legs do touch the ground, but whatever. Anyway, so that's 2 successful landings in a row, which, you know, something to be proud of. Let's go ahead and do all the science real quick. Lock pressure data, transmit. Lock thermometer data, transmit. Alright, so we wait a little bit because that takes a lot of energy. And then the gigantic magnetometer that we deploy. Do we have enough? I am not sure. But we got some data, some science and money from that. So right now, funding wise, we're doing really well. And I also got all the science from orbit. So we got a lot of science right now. We got 54. We're going to waste it a bit because we're going to get some parts that we desperately need so we can actually land Kerbal or a Galean, what they're called at this point, on Ceti. First landing will be Ceti. So I'm actually out of electricity. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait a little bit, and then for the power to come back, and then I'll see you guys in the R&D so we can unlock some more science. So I'll see you then. Alright guys, so I just unlocked a couple things. I unlocked the general construction I didn't really need anything from here right now. But I did need landing legs in order to be able to have a more stable landing when we get up there. So I had to research this in order to reach this. So yeah, so that's what I did there. And also, did I unlock anything else? Oh yeah, I also unlocked strap-on boosters because we're going to need some boosters to lift a heavier mass. And I think I'm going to unlock the simple flight control maybe. I'm not too sure if I need this though. Maybe micro rocketry, advanced rocketry. If we get a little bit more science, I could get bigger engines, but I don't think we're gonna need that right now. Maybe the cryogenic rocket engine might be helpful. I'm not too sure, but I think maybe solid rocket boosters. Maybe, I don't know. One of these 2 things though, I think are going to be useful. Maybe some advanced computer. I don't really think we need any of this right now, at least. And actually, in order so we can do some EVAs, I'm going to upgrade the astronaut space complex. I think that's what we need so I can do EVAs in space. I think that's a requirement for that. So yeah, we're gonna have to do that. So I'm gonna have to unlock something here, and I'm gonna need some RCS maybe. Maybe for docking, but I don't think we're gonna do any docking for this mission. Even then, we don't have any, any docking ports. So, let's see. It's a big decision here. It's a big decision. Solid rocket boosters I can unlock easy. I mean, anything else I can't unlock at this point. So maybe some advanced rocketry, but I don't have enough science right now. Alright, alright, you know what, I'm gonna save it up. We don't need anything right now, so we're gonna save it up. And I'll see you in the Space Center. Alright, so what we need to upgrade is the astronaut complex, so we can actually do EVA. So Kerbals can actually perform EVA. So we can perform an EVA in space, get a crew report, and then perform another EVA on the actual little moon, and then a return mission. Alright. I do know something that we do need now that I think about it. We needed heat shields, but we don't have enough science. That's 90 science points, and we're not going to have any science at any point here. So we need to do the mission no matter what. So right now, no matter what we do right now, we got to upgrade this, and we got to go to the moon. So I'm going to build the rocket, and then I'll see you in the launch pad. Alright guys, so I'm done building the rocket, and it turns out to be one of the biggest rockets we've launched in this whole series yet so far, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some gigantic things that we've never seen before that are going to be used to go to the outer solar system. So, anyway, I mean, basically just a simple basic rocket, lander, single tank, single engine, legs, simple lander. It's just going to be a routine landing mission, though. I mean, even though it's the first one, it's going to be a routine landing mission. But hopefully we can go somewhere interesting on the little moon and see how the whole success level goes as far as science recovery. The Kerbal will be taken today will be Galileo Galean. Not a Kerbal. He's a Galean. So I guess like the long lost cousins of Kerbin. So yeah, they'll be launching. He'll be launching, and hopefully he can do what needs to be done. So he's a pilot, so he can pilot the ship there, making things easier for me. And yeah, let's go ahead and launch. I call this mission the Gapolo with a G, not a K, with a G. Gapolo 11, actually, to be exact, because we're going to the moon. And so a very historic mission. And we're going to be accomplishing a lot of things because we haven't even launched a Kerbal into space yet. So, first orbit, first Kerbal in space, first orbit, Kerbal to go in orbit, Galean to go in orbit, and first Galean to go to a moon or another body, to walk on another body. So, a lot of money is going to just inflow into our little space program. And I didn't accept any contracts, but I don't think that matters at this point. So let's go ahead and launch. Oh shoot. Okay. Full power. Sorry about that. No problem. We wasted a bit of fuel, but that's not a big deal. Okay? No big deal. Alright, so we're doing good on our launch. I think I can throttle down a bit now. I was just trying to conserve fuel there, because it's very important to save fuel on our main stage. If we don't save fuel on our main stage, there's no point in having a main stage. Just use the other two. Basically just dead mass at that point. Dead weight, in other words. So let's see what we can do here. Alright, so slow launch, not the fastest, but not the slowest either. I always don't have enough power in the starting engines because I put too much weight at the top of the rockets, which may cause some problems later on, but for now we seem to be doing alright. Let's start inclining into our inclination here. We have more than enough fuel to do this mission, so I'm not too worried. But anyway, while we launch, I'm going to talk about the other two things that I want to talk about. So 2 spacewalks, well 1, but 2 people in a spacewalk, American spacewalk, so you can go watch that if you haven't. I don't know what they were going to do, but they were going to repair something, I think, which is always very cool to see. People walk in space, very interesting thing to watch. So I recommend you going to see that. And the third thing that I want to talk about is the first meeting of the Space Council in about, I don't know, like 20 years, almost 20 years. So, that's something to go listen to. Forget about political leniences, but it's always important to be up to date with the space events and stuff, what they're planning, what the administration is planning in space. So, basically they just confirmed that NASA isn't going to get the asteroid. So, I think actually that was a long time confirmed, like a while back. But what they basically did confirm is that NASA is going to be building a space station around the moon, along with commercial partners. So if you're a fan of commercial companies like SpaceX, ULA, and ATK, that's a good thing to always see happening when NASA is able to work with these partners. So yeah, there's going to be a small space station being built around the moon. And for science purposes, research and stuff. But also another interesting thing is that the vice president said that we would be returning to the moon, an actual return, footprints and stuff. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna happen. You know how the way the administration is sometimes. So we'll see. I mean, yeah, go for it, man. Whatever, right? We got nothing else to do at this point. Mars isn't going to happen until a couple of years anyway. And we do need to test things, make sure things are working perfectly before we actually end up going to Mars. Maybe, yeah, I think the moon thing, the moon way, to go to the moon first and then go to Mars and then, the rest of the universe, solar system. So I think that it's a good idea, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's something, it's... I think doing the moon is probably more likely to happen than going to, to go to Mars in like freaking almost 17, 20 years from now. So, and even then, I mean, we're just doing a flyby according to the NASA plan. So even then, it's still not like a confirmed like thing that they're gonna see humans on Mars at some point. So, other than the SpaceX plan, and at that point, I'm pretty sure the SpaceX plan is gonna be in full swing progress. So it's gonna be definitely in the process. At least the BFR should be flying by then with the giant spaceship. Maybe not on Mars, but to the moon or something. But for now, in the next 5 years, I think it's a good plan, a good decision to push more resources to the moon. At least right now. For now, I think it's a good decision. Because the SLS does need a plan. It's going to get built. Like, there's nothing stopping it at this point. It's going to fly at least once. And you already wasted so much money on it. And so far, the Falcon Heavy hasn't flown yet. It's about to, but according to Elon Musk himself, he was having a bit of trouble getting that completed. So the Falcon Heavy ain't going to fly anytime soon. Well, soon. It's going to fly soon, but maybe not as soon as we want it to. Here, maybe I would want it to fly now, actually. I want it to be flying now so we can get some bigger stuff into space. But I don't think it's going to happen, soon. It's going to happen in maybe a month or two more. And, Elon Musk is going to start moving resources away from that at some point here, too. Because he's going to start building the interplanetary transport ship. And once that happens, the Falcon Heavy won't be that big of a deal anymore because it's going to be a puny rocket. So in between these couple of years, I think we do need a big, giant, heavy lift rocket, at least for NASA to go to the moon and stuff. For now, something interesting, something good happening in space. We need something happening up there at some point here, and I think it'll work. It'll work if they do what they're saying they're gonna do. I think it's good. It can be done. I think with the current budget, it can be done. Hopefully, once the SLS gets completed, prices don't go up as much as people are saying they will for launch, and they can afford some payloads maybe, so we can actually get some missions done. This is just me being hopeful that something does develop here soon. It's for the better of humanity, not any in particular views of anything, but just saying. I think it can be done, and I think it should be done. In the next couple years here. So, yeah, we just reached orbit, and I think I'm gonna do the rest of the transfer here, and then I'll see you on the orbital flight over Iota. Alright guys, so we're finally here. That was a very fast transfer. It was a very forcefully made launch, so I had to go outside the orbital path of Iota and then come back in. Technically waited for it to catch up with me. But now that we're here, we can and shall land. I don't want to land on the highlands because my records show that we landed on the highlands already. So I want to land somewhere else. See if we can find another place that we can land. I don't know how the skids sound okay. But it seems like it's going to be similar to the territory that we landed. And we went back to the highlands now. So there's no point in me slowing down at this point. Let's see here. Highlands. We don't have enough fuel to move around too much here, so I don't want to mess up the landing. Highlands. Basically highlands all the way down here. So let's move on. See if we can find a better spot. We're starting to gain altitude at this point again. If not, we're just change our... Yeah, this is all highlands. Okay, so... Midlands, I saw Midlands for a little bit there. Midlands again, lowlands. Okay, so we're just gonna slow down here because I don't want to waste anybody's time. I'm going on another round trip, and plus Galileo has been up here for 8 days, so you know I don't want to be responsible for him having some serious cramps when he gets out. So let's go ahead and pretty much go to a complete halt here and start falling. Midlands, very close to where our other lander is. Our first lander was over there. So let's deploy our landing gear. And we have about 1,660 meters per second to land. As long as we stay above that margin of 1,000 meters per second, we can return home and have enough fuel to slow down and have a successful mission. If not, we would have a big problem that we cannot solve. Well, we can, but it will be a little bit more tricky because we're going to have to send a rescue mission to get this dude from his space graveyard, basically, which is the space capsule. So we're coming down now, and doesn't look very flat down there, I'll be honest with you. We moved into the highlands, which is a problem, so let's go ahead and burn this way. See if we can do something here. We can move back into the Midlands. Okay, we're gonna be floating around for a little bit, but there we go, Midlands. Okay, so now we can slow down. And if you know where I'm looking up here, this little word up here, given to me by Flight Engineer, Kerbal Engineer. So I can tell where we're flying over. Okay, we got 300 meters per second left to go in for a landing. Let's completely cancel out all of our horizontal speed and go into completely vertical descent mode here. So straight down. Alright. We're a little low on fuel, but we can do it. It can be done. Anything's possible. Remember that everything's possible. More craters here, looks like. Alright, we're coming down at 40 meters per second. Our altitude is 1,000 meters still, and it doesn't look very flat here, so it's going to be a little bit tough to have a perfect landing. I'm going to try my absolute best. 500 meters. Start slowing down a little more. .300 meters and declining. Alright, 200 meters. Almost 100 meters left. Losing too much speed. And 70 meters at this point. We're still coming down. The ground looks a little more favorable here, actually. 37 meters, slowing down more. Reduce thrust, reducing thrust even more. We'll keep on reducing thrust. We don't want to lose any of the solar panels. And landing. Okay, a little bouncy, but perfect touchdown. Alright, that is perfect. Alright, perfect. Okay, awesome. Alright, so that was a very, very, very good landing. I'm gotten really good at these, actually. A little more time consuming, but that's no big deal. Can I hide this somehow? I can't. Okay, anyway. So now the problem is once Kerbal, Galileo gets out, the SAS of the ship is going to disengage because there's no pilot, causing a little bit of trouble, but no biggie. Let's go ahead and send all the data back, so at least we have that, just in case something happens and the ship completely just falls apart. We have something to work with. So, log magnetometer data of the Midlands. So I'm going to record that on a little sheet here. Midlands. So now we know not to come back here anytime soon. So Apollo so far has been a very successful mission. Very, very good. Very successful. Let's EVA Galileo. Hopefully the ship keeps standing. Alright, so let's get our first EVA report here. Okay, so a feeling of guilt overcomes you as you set foot on what might possibly indeed be food. Who walks on food anyway? So, apparently the Kerbals believe that the ground here is cotton candy, white cotton candy, which, you know, pretty much it could be, you know, you never know. But we'll see. Let's go ahead and descend here onto the ground. Alright, so he looks very happy, so let's go ahead and do EVA report and get that, and then plant our flag now. Like that, maybe? Yeah, that's it. That's it right there. That's gonna be the screenshot for today. Anyway, so Apollo 11. 1 small step for Galeans. No, for a Galean. Galean, like that, and one giant leap for man. No, not for mankind. For Gale kind. Gale. Okay, for G kind. Okay, that's fine. And not enough room for the whole title. Alright, so we did good, guys. We did very good. So now we need to return back. So that's gonna be the hard part, since we don't have any heat shields at this point. That's the difficult part, and we got more money. So right now we're maybe not enough money, not as much money as I was hoping I would get. But the gravity here seems to be close to that of Minmus. Not exactly that of Minmus, but fairly close. A bit more than that of Minmus. So, you know, you can do very high jumps, higher than you could on the moon. So that's cool. Your EVA pack has actually enough delta B to get you to go up to orbit here, actually. Which means that if you have a lander that normally didn't have enough fuel to get home from the moon, that you were missing like 30 meters per second or 100 meters per second, this when you come here with this mod on, when you come to this moon, you would have more than enough fuel to go home, and you probably would have enough fuel to even slow down a bit once you're back in Gale orbit. So right now we have enough fuel here. I would assume we do. And are we on the right side that we want to be? No, we're not, sadly. Okay, so we're gonna have to go towards Gale, and then once we start turning here around the moon, we're just gonna accelerate. And then we're going to be coming in for a landing, probably in the dark side, sadly, though. That's the only problem with that. But, so far, successful mission. Let's go ahead and return to the lander and head back home. Before aliens come out of this cotton candy and eat me. Alright, so we couldn't get any samples, sadly. We need to upgrade more stuff for that to happen. But, our mission was a success. We're now at a species that can go to other bodies in the system here. Next mission is going to be Ceti. Next episode is definitely going to be Ceti. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did last episode. I'm going to send the lander, one of these, over there. Probably in a better rocket because they won't have enough fuel to come back. If I were to have this exact mission go to the other moon, I would have had enough fuel to come back. So, alright. So let's go ahead and start coming back here. See? That was a lot. That was barely any thrust, and I just jumped off. Alright, anyway. You want to go towards the planet? Yeah, that way. So let's go ahead and accelerate here. And let's watch our orbit slowly form. So, another thing. We're flying really low here, so that's good. See, 300 meters per second and we're already in orbit. Perfect, right? So let's go ahead and keep on accelerating. And there we go. We're now in a Gale system. We only had 200 less meters per second than you normally would need on the moon to have this. Alright, so let's keep on accelerating, making ourselves go a lot slower. A lot slower. Alright, so actually I'm gonna wait for the gravity to pull us in this direction, downward a bit more, before we accelerate any more, to have a better, more efficient burn. And save some fuel, because we're gonna definitely need to slow down once we're down there, and if we don't, we're gonna lose the Kerbal. That's a fact at this point. So let's see. Alright, so I'm gonna do this, and then I'll talk to you when I'm ready to land, to go in for the final approach here. So I'll talk to you in a bit. Alright guys, so the clouds seem to have gone away, but they're coming back. They're coming back. No problem. No problem. Very glitchy. Okay, no problem. Alright, let's, hopefully this fixes itself. There we go, it fixed itself. Okay, anyway, let's, go in for our final approach. We don't have much fuel. I'll be honest, we don't have much fuel at all. So, we have a problem here. And, we have no heat shield, so that's another problem. We sent all of our data. All of our data has been delivered at this point, so there's nothing we can do there to improve our situation. I'm gonna activate the engine right now, see if we can slow ourselves down a bit more. Probably not anything significant, any significant slowdown at this point, but maybe enough to actually save our skin here. So hopefully it can be done. I don't think it's possible in this situation. We're about to start losing pieces. There we go. I think we lost all the solar panels, and we're losing a lot of parts as we speak. So we're going to lose the legs next. Landing legs are gone. Oh, yeah, 2, 3, 4. There we go. All of them are gone. So now the engine is going to be taking all the heat at this point. Every single bit of heat is being taken by the engine now. The magnetometer, for some reason, hasn't snapped off. There goes the antenna. For some reason, this other thing hasn't broken off, which is impressive. There goes another part. I don't know what that was. Probably one of the batteries. Yeah, batteries. Definitely batteries. Alright, we're slowing down. There goes the magnetometer. I was trying to click on it, see if it was broken, but it's gone. So, the coupler is going to break. If that breaks, we're screwed, because aero forces are going to push the rest of the landing vehicle upwards, and it's going to break everything here, so it's gonna break through the capsule, killing our Kerbal here. We're almost there. We just need maybe 700 more meters per second to slow down. And I think we can do it. I think it's possible. We're not heating up too much anymore, so I think it's possible. Alright, it looks like we're gonna live. It looks like we're gonna live. As long as the ship doesn't flip around and point with the pointy part downwards, we'll be okay. Because if that happens, you're pretty much dead. Because you're not gonna have enough slowdown. Your ship is gonna be too aerodynamically, pointing, and the real pointy part is gonna give it better aerodynamic properties, giving it a better ability to flow through the atmosphere. We lose a part. We lost the engine. We lost it. Oh god! See, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. You don't want this to happen, or you will die. Okay, so we have no choice right now but to do this. There we go. All right, there we go. I think we good. We survived. Okay. I was able to save myself there. Well, we lost the rest of the lander, but I think it served well. I think we did good. And hopefully I'm gonna unlock the heat shields now, because that got me really nervous. That got me more nervous than I wanted to. But I think we're coming down in a very nice spot. It's daytime, so we can see the landing site. Very good. Looks like we're coming down in a very deserty part. Like pretty much all of the planet is desert, so that's bad. But it's good. Clouds. Very nice, very nice. So good trip, boy. Good trip. We did good, I think. Very good. Yeah, looks like we did very good. Now what we gotta do is just keep on descending, and hopefully the game doesn't crash, and everything will be okay. There it goes. The parachute deployed, and now we're just falling gracefully as the sun sets over there. Very cool. Anyway, that was more successful than I thought it would be. I thought we were gonna have more panic events other than that little flippy flop once the engine broke, and I hear them landing right now, so the rest of the ship just crashed into the ground. Sad faith for a good ship. But anyway, let's go ahead and recover vessel. Alright, so we got 141 points of science there. And we were transmitting everything, so we didn't get as much as we should have. But at this point, I think we deserve... Well, we need to start getting... because at this point we can just keep doing missions over and over and over. Get more and more science from the different moons. So my decision was to, to reduce that by sending it all back. Most of it. If I can get a couple things back, yeah. And we have no choice at this point to send it all back. We can get a container to put stuff in, but nah. If we get too much science, we're just going to start moving through here. Especially once we go to the other planets, which is probably going to be in the next 2 episodes at this point. So I'm going to develop the probe for that. Maybe in the next episode. I am not too sure. But in the next episode, we're definitely going to be going to Ceti with a manned Kerbal. And, actually, definitely. We'll definitely be doing that. We're definitely making a ship to go to another planet. Alright, I'm probably going to grind a little bit so I can get some more money so I can activate the maneuver node planning so we can actually go. So I can actually see and plan what we're going to do here, because moon transfers are not that difficult. But planet transfers are a little more difficult, and the way I've been dealing with the fuel system here, I've been having some issues with fuel, with the amount of fuel that I have. I haven't been putting enough fuel in my missions to I can do more in the missions. So if I do that, if the thing continues, my problem here continues of not putting enough fuel. If I go over there and we end up failing all over there, we run out of gas or something, that's gonna be really, really disappointing. So I don't want that to happen, because I don't want to disappoint you guys. I'm going to research a couple things here. I don't know what. I need to think about it for a bit, and I'll get back on that in the next episode. I'm gonna try not to research anything, but if I do research something, I'm definitely gonna tell you guys what I research here. So yeah, I think that'll be all for this episode. Next episode, expect a landing on Ceti and a probe to another planet. Or at least the start of it. Alright, but you're definitely going to see something happen with another planet in the next episode. I promise that. And the Ceti landing, alright? So, stick around, subscribe, like the video, comment. If you want me to talk about more about the space events, space news, what my thoughts on it, more expand on that more, leave a comment if you want me to do that. And also leave a comment on what planet you want me to go in the next episode if you want. I'm probably going to record it at some point. Before that, and before any of you comment, I upload this. So, maybe not next planet, but the planet after next planet. I'll definitely consider your thoughts on where you want me to go. And also if you want me to expand on the event news or whatever. If you want me to make a video about that, specifically talking about that, tell me and I'll do that. So yeah, click on the notification bell so you can get notifications when I upload a video, because things are about to get more exciting here. A lot more exciting. I've been talking about exciting things. So, another planet, the first visit to another planet will definitely be very, very exciting. So make sure to stick around and watch that. So yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.